Continuing coverage now as things get heated at a public safety meeting in Troy tonight. City leaders facing more questions about last month's bar brawl at Kokopellis nightclub. Police say this video, just released yesterday, justifies their actions inside the bar. Police Chief John Tedesco says the violence didn't stop as the crowd spilled out onto the streets. The violence from the crowd. Community leaders are still criticizing the chief and his officers for what they're calling excessive force. Our Brandon Lewis was in Troy tonight for the public safety meeting. Chief Tedesco on the hot seat once again. Brandon, though, he really didn't pull any punches, and I don't mean that as a pun or anything, but he really, came out and didn't hold anything back tonight.
It was pretty tense, Greg, and tonight the chief and the department, it was their chance to respond to these claims. Chief Tedesco came out tonight with that direct message of support for his officers and their actions. He also had some strong words for those who made the allegations of brutality.
Discourse such as we heard from this podium last week serves no function other than to advance personal agendas rather than seizing the opportunity to engage in meaningful dialogue.
After sitting through more than a dozen speakers who blasted the department's handling of Kokopellis incident last week, Chief John Tedesco blasted back, targeting Pastor Willie Bacote, who led the claims of police brutality.
His idea of working together is publicly indicting police officers prying to an investigation into their actions. That's not my idea of working together.
Bacote was not at the meeting, but had claimed many mothers came to him with sons who were beaten by police. Tedesco issued this challenge.
I am publicly challenging Mr. Bacote, when he hears of my remarks, to produce these victims so their claims can be properly investigated. Mr. Bacote also stated that he sat with me to discuss police brutality. That simply never occurred.
Last week, owners of Kokopellis equated the officers who entered the club to the KKK, a statement Tedesco called repugnant.
You owe the members of the Troy Police Department and the residents of this city an apology for such reckless speech.
The officers' union also laid into Bacote.
Tonight I'm calling on you to resign your voice from the Troy Pastoral Alliance. The Alliance has the ability to mend this great city. You have proven to me that this is just not your calling.
While also responding to criticism, the department acknowledged a need to rebuild public relations by improving community relations and getting that outside investigation into the incident.
The furor over this incident substantiates that change is necessary, but can only be achieved by the continuing efforts of both entities.
And tonight, several residents on both sides of the issues also addressed the committee on how they feel things are being handled. The committee is tasked with issuing recommendations for the department and so far hasn't indicated what those might be. Again, Pastor Bacote not at tonight's meeting, but said the Pastoral Alliance will meet privately on Friday to discuss the issues, review the tapes, and will then issue a statement. Live in the studio, Brandon Lewis, CBS 6 News.